What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. I hope you all had a great holiday. But I want to come through for a quick moment and just talk about, something that recently happened and, has been making the blogs and um, social media outlets and whatnot. And that is the singer Summer Walker getting a face tattoo. And this is more so going to be a bit deeper than just the face tattoo. But the face tattoo is going to be pretty much the starting point or the jumping off point of the deeper conversation, though. But before I get into that, I do want to say a couple of things. The first time that I heard of Summer Walker, it was in reference to her suffering from social anxiety. I guess that is her like an issue that she deals with, and that has been, at least at one point or another, I'm not sure about now, but it was affecting her kind of like live performances, perhaps, and just her in general, as it relates to her being in the music industry. You know. And then, some people said that, Summer Walker, she used to be, an exotical dancer, a stripper. And, I'm thinking, she's on stage, performing one way or another. I wondered that, social anxiety maybe factor into her when she was being an artista de striptease. But, maybe just perhaps she maybe felt more comfortable with Dixon dollar bills in her face versus a mic in her face. Maybe. Who am I to judge? The first song that I heard of Summer Walker's was Come Through. That song with her and Usher. I think she may have sampled a track from Usher or something like that. And I thought that was catchy. Sound a bit whiny, but a little, but catchy nevertheless. Whiny in terms of the vocal performance, right? Summer Walker, I do think she's a bit of a whiner when it comes to her vocal techniques and styles, which can work in some cases, and sometimes it can just end up, you know, overstaying its welcome, right? Um, but in terms of Summer Walker's vocal performance, because I'm going to touch on her recent album later in this video too. But in terms of her vocal performance, for me personally, I don't think it's anything, earth shattering or special. But her fans seem to like it. But for me, you know, it seems to be a bit like middle of the road, so to speak. You know, she's probably not gonna be on like some like a top vocalist list. Like say Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston or Celine Dion or Britney Spears. She probably won't be on like a list involving those singers. But I think perhaps when it comes to some of her draw, maybe more so her lyrical content that may resonate with her core audience and her target audience. But I don't want this video to come off as if I'm bashing Summer Walker. But I do want to get at just the topic of this video. So let me kind of start heading towards that. And then I will talk about the album, because I got a couple of thoughts about that. But I'm going to say this, Summer out here, she's still making some permanent decisions with temporary people. I know some of y'all like to quote that from some judge, some black female judge who says that. I'm not sure who, but I remember seeing that in the comment section. I was like, yeah, I guess that is true. And then I know some people are saying, some people out there saying, y'all need to mind y'all business. Summer Walker's face tattoo ain't none of y'all business. And the thing is, well, Summer Walker, she put it on social media. She shared it on social media. We would know nothing about her business if she didn't tell it. So talk to your sister, Summer Walker, about that. You can't just go around sharing openly your business, and then when folks start talking about it, you and your feelings talking about it ain't your business. It just don't work like that. And also, some of these women out here who speaking that mess, a hit dog a holler. They probably doing the same crap like Summer doing, and felt offended by the backlash that Summer received because they doing the same thing. So they're like, oh, you talking about me too. Oh, don't make me jump in this conversation. Don't make me set you straight. All right. But the thing is, if you don't care, don't comment, because some people be like, oh, who cares? Well, if you don't care, don't comment. And then some people going to be like, it's more important things to talk about. Then go talk about them. Really, I'm just saying that, face tattoos, period, but especially face tattoos of your significant other's name, ain't it? All right. And let's think about that. Like, her name, Summer, versus his name, Larry. If the relationship ends, which most likely it will, let's be real, he can say that summer is his favorite season, right? Oh, I just love summertime so much. But what's Summer gonna say? That is like Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob? Because some people were giving her that idea, like, draw a lobster under the name Larry. That way you can play it off and say it's about Larry the Lobster. But I feel like she may be doing this to make London on the Crack jealous, you know? And also to show that, show him and other people that she's moved on. And I can understand wanting to actually move on and also wanting to have the aesthetic of moving on. I can understand that. But I don't think she went about it quite the right way. Really, if she really wants to show that she's moved on, she could just go Instagram official, social media official with Larry and just show them, living life really well. You know, just, oh, look at this fancy restaurant I'm at. Look at this nice car he's driving me in. Look at this exotic location that we're going on vacation in. Right? And if Summer Walker wanted a face tattoo of a name, she could have at least did it of her daughter's name. I think that was something that's like more of a permanent relationship, right? Her and her daughter. But I'm just saying, Summer Walker, she has the right to do with her body as she pleases. But I'm just saying, I don't think it's a good decision. Would you guys make the same decision as Summer Walker? I'm just asking for a friend. And also, if she wants to get the face tattoo removed, it is a long and painful process, I believe. And also, her skin may get like discolored from that process, at least temporarily. It could be permanent, I don't know, but at least temporarily, because it is you have to do it in sessions, I believe. It can't just be done all at once. It has to be done out in sessions, probably to make it so it's healthier versus doing it all at once, which may probably just end up permanently scarring the skin. But I wish Summer Walker well in that. Hopefully, her and Larry go the mile, ride off into the sunset and have a great relationship and hopefully a marriage. Because she's talking about to London and his baby mamas or whatever, referring to Larry as stepdad. And I'm like, well, no, he's not really a stepdad yet because he hasn't put a ring on your finger and married you. So No, he's not stepdad. That's the thing too. It's like you're kind of moving a bit too fast here, Summer Walker. Just a little too fast. Just take your time. And that's the thing too, ultimately where it's like I'm not sure Summer Walker has really learned from any of the things that she's gone through. And that is important to learn some serious life lessons from the situations that you go through in your life. Like, do you really want to keep making the same big mistakes over and over again, like the same crucial errors and missteps again and again? But hopefully Summer, you know, can get things together. But I do want to talk about and touch on Summer Walker's latest album, Still Over It. I don't know if it's supposed to be like considered a continuation from her previous album. Her previous album is called Over It, and this album is called Still Over It. So I don't know if they're supposed to be considered connected, like directly connected as a continuation. Of course, all artists can say that their work is just one big continuation because it deals with their life, of course. But I'm saying, um, and I heard a couple of things about it, so I decided to listen to the album. I think it's growing on me. Um, But I did see a lot of women in the comments section, and let's be real, probably a lot of them were black women, who were trauma bonding over Summer Walker and the album and the situations that she's talking about on the album. Basically, being the fourth baby mama to a dude who previously, before her had three baby mamas that she knew about, right? And there actually is a song on the album that is called Fourth Baby Mama. And I actually think that's probably one of the more like standout songs of the album. And I kind of think that on one hand, she should release it as a single. Um, this probably isn't the best look for her, but I do think that speaking musically and speaking about, you know, what may sell better, I think that could be a potential single to release. And like the first line of the song, or one of the first lines, because it's like some line that keeps playing, like in like this high pitched chipmunk type voice, like we will make plans for family, something like that. But the first regular line, I guess, has the potential to be iconic because she starts off the song saying, quote unquote, "I want to start with your mama. She should have whooped your." I'm thinking, whoa, Summer Walker, she ain't come here to play today. But notice it always falls on women, especially black women, though. Because this dude, London on the crack, he does have a dad. Let's be real. And his dad should have been teaching him about, how to handle your business as a man and to be a good father. But he probably wasn't there. But in the song, she says that London, like his mom wasn't there for at least a part of his childhood or something like that. I don't know if his mom was dealing with some sort of issues with substance abuse or something like that. I don't know the details about all that. But it's like the signs were there, That's the thing. Like the signs were there. But, Summer is young. I guess we can give her some grace on that. We all don't have it together at her age, or even at our current ages, we don't. So I'm going to try not to be too hard, but still, you got to drive home a point, you know. But that first line, it has the potential to be iconic, like Erica Badu's "Go Call Tyrone" line or something like that. So I think that she should release that to the public just to make that line iconic. But also, speaking about London on the Crack, he has like producer credits for like half the album, or at least is part of the production of at least half the songs on the album. He may not have produced the songs, the music instrumentals of the song entirely himself, but he was a part of that process though. And really, he shouldn't be profiting from Summer Walker's work. So right there too, it's like, and maybe Summer, you should have chose some other tracks to use. And maybe, the songs be popping, but there's other producers out there that can make popping songs. And the first song on the track, Bitter, um, it features like an affirmation, or at least a message from Cardi B. And Cardi B on the track at the end of it talking about Summer Walker, I don't know you and your situation, Summer, but I just want to tell you, girl, don't give them the satisfaction, girl. Girl, put it in your music. Make it beautiful. Do it beautifully, Summer. Alright. They're trying to get clout off of you. Well, you get clout off of them. Okay? I tell you, Summer. Alright, Summer. Girl, F these other shows, girl. Right? And I'm like, well, on one hand, it's like, really? You got Cardi B on the track saying this? But on the other hand, I guess Cardi B would be a good person to go to. I mean, she's been through this situation many a time. So, but I think that I think Cardi B actually reached out to Summer, of course, not the other way around. But still. Um, and I heard that, Cardi B does this for, younger girls in the industry. Which I guess, that's something that can be considered, a commendable thing, I guess. um, a bit of a sidebar, though, for the ladies out there. Have you guys tried Cardi B's homemade hair mask? I've been seeing that kind of like floating around on social media. If so, did it work for you? Just wondering. And another song another song on the album is called Unloyal, that features Ari Lennox. And all right, nice song. But it does mention, gives a shout out to one of y'all favorite YouTubers out there. Kevin Samuels. I call him K-Sam. It gave a shout out to K-Sam. And I'm thinking, Ari did the shout out. It was on Summer Walker's song that she's featured on, but Ari actually did the shout out. And I'm just saying, Ari and Summer, because, she had to approve it. Kevin Samuels don't deserve that free promo. Kevin Samuels don't deserve that full free promotion. Nuh-uh. And she also has a song. Well, it's not a song, actually, but it's a track, I'll say. At the very end of the album called Sierra's Prayer. And Sierra, the singer, of course, she is reciting the prayer that she said. I guess the prayer that helped her get on the track to get to Russell Wilson. Wonderful. But I'm thinking, though, shouldn't Summer Walker be saying the prayer, technically? Because she's the one that needs it. Like, Sierra don't need it. Summer do. So shouldn't Summer be saying the prayer? um, And of course, there are other standout tracks on the album. This video isn't really meant to be a review of the album, but it's just more so just to touch on the album. Because I think we're talking about Summer, so let's talk about, the body of work that she's put out as well. Trying to show a different aspect of her. But again, I did see a lot of women, probably black women, trauma bonding in the comments section over what Summer Walker is thinking about. Going through her pregnancy alone, dealing with an ain't-ish Negro, dealing with the baby mama drama that the ain't-ish Negro came with. You know, thinking that she was going to be different, right? But while all that trauma bonding is going on, I hope you guys are really taking some life lessons from this. Summer as well. I do commend Summer Walker for being very candid and very honest about her personal struggles. Everyone can't do that, so I commend her for that. And I just hope that she truly learns some life lessons and gets something from it, and don't make the same mistake that she made with London on the Crack with Larry. But all in all, at the end of the day, despite my criticism, I'm rooting for Summer Walker to get it together. I think we all rooting for Summer to get it together, and hopefully she will. I just don't want her to end up in the same exact situation trying to show off with Larry that she's over London on the Crack and end up like a baby mama for the second time with a dude that ain't gonna put a ring on your finger and marry you, which I think that she wants, because I think her and London were supposed to do that from what she said on the album, or at least on social media or whatever. Um, and as well, to the other women out there, be careful about, some of the women out there and getting advice from them. Because I think some of the women out there, and just people in general, like, misery loves company. And I think sometimes some of these folks become so miserable, they don't want to see you happy and doing well. Right? So they may give you some messed up advice. And just be discerning about the advice that you take. And also, like, what does Summer Walker mom have to say about all this? Because she got at, like, London on the Crack's mom, which, okay, all right, but what does Summer Walker's mom have to say? And I also remember her saying that her dad and her granddad were, like, basically busters and not really taking care of the children that they fathered. And it's like, okay, well, you kind of had a warning all the way back then, within your family, about how you should be cognizant about that and make sure that you don't end up in a situation like that. But again, let me not go on for too long. I don't want to make it seem like I'm just ragging on her, ragging on the sister, giving her a hard time. But overall, rooting for Summer Walker to get it together, rooting for Summer Walker to win. And as well, hopefully she can get some hit songs off this album and get some good sales from this album as well. But I think that's all that I have to say for the moment. And also, I did a video about Summer Walker previously, about more so concentrating on her in London on the Crack and their situation a while ago, when she came to the realization and went on social media talking about how basically she got the same dude that the other three baby mamas got, and was surprised about it. I'm going to put that video in the comment section just in case you may be interested in watching it and getting my take on the situation. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now. And, a message to Summer. Just do right by your child and work on yourself, and everything else will fall into place for you.